Tasha Green, and my friend with the glasses, you are
Loretta Thomas.
my beautiful friend, Natural Hair Don't Care. You are
Brittany Malcolm.
Brittany Malcolm, and welcome to the Ladies in the Trenches podcast. We call ourselves Lit
Lit.
because we are the ladies in the trenches and we are lit for sickle cell. Our
Whoop,
friend
whoop.
Brittany Malcolm, she's going to tell you why we are the ladies in the trenches and exactly what that means. Brittany, can you break it down, please?
All right, y'all. Lady in the Trenches is all about us being in these trenches to make sure that people that come after us that have sickle cell have a way to get the help they need. So we are in the trenches. We are working
We
hard.
digging.
We
Yes, ma'am.
digging. We working hard. We're trying to get our resources so they don't have to fight as hard as we have to.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. And hopefully we're not fighting as hard as the previous generations and it'll keep going and going and going.
True.
Exactly.
Um,
Hopefully
Brittany
we'll
came
bring
up,
some difference this time.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am. Brittany came up with a topic because our podcast is going to drop exactly on World Sickle Cell Day, otherwise known as Juneteenth. And Brittany came up with a motto for us, which is World Sickle Cell Day, make it shine for us. Brittany, tell me what that's about, sis.
It is about independence. June 19th is a great day of independence for us as black people, as a nation. That's us fighting our independence. Now, World Sickle Cell Day is about independence too. Independence from sickle cell. To be known as an individual and not as just having sickle cell. So that's what our goal is, and it's to make it shine for us. Yes, June 19th is big. We not trying to knock it. We not trying to overshadow. We just trying to have a little
You got
spot
your
in the
food out here?
spotlight and let it shine just specifically for us. So that's what that's about. So we're trying to just let it shine.
All right, we letting our light shine. That's what the Lord said, okay?
Mhm.
We thought about some possible topics and we thought that where we would start, and Loretta came up with this, which is that World Sickle Cell Day. People don't know enough about it. Loretta, can you elaborate on that?
Yes. People don't have the knowledge to know exactly what sickle cell is. People see you and they see you have your yellow eyes. They see you in your body painted. They really don't have an understanding of what's really going on. You learn a little bit about it in high school, paragraph or so, and it's you move on from it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't have the understanding that sickle cell is a blood disorder inherited through your parents, both parents, which give you either a trait or you have the actual disease itself. And we like
Mm-hmm.
to go forward and move and educate not only our city, but educate the world about sickle cell, make it more clear for them to have understanding. So you won't be judgeful or, mean to someone who has sickle cell because you don't look at us and see our scars on the outside, our pain on the outside, that we're not sick individuals or that we have, you know, that we may need help or we might need a little more compassion, a little more love, even a hug.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we coming on
Mhm.
this podcast to let y'all know we lit for sickle cell. We in these trenches digging deep, baby, digging deep.
Mm-hmm.
Digging deep, baby, digging deep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we talked about World Sickle Cell Day being a day of giving knowledge and strengthening one another. When I talk about sickle cell, I try to break it down to like the easiest thing for people because there's so many different types and we're all the same but different. I always say this is how it goes. Sickle cells are your red blood cells. Red blood cells carry oxygen, right? And
Mm-hmm.
regular red blood cells are smooth and round like a donut. Sickle cells are hard and sticky, but shaped like a croissant. I'm a foodie. They're shaped like a croissant, and it makes them hard to pass through our veins. And so what happens is they end up sticking together and clumping together. Our regular red blood cells can't get through. So if I say I'm having a crisis in my legs, that means my legs are not getting the proper amount of oxygen that they need in order for them to continue working for my body. If I say
Mhm.
my back hurts, my back somewhere is not getting the proper amount of oxygen that it needs to be able to do what it needs to do in my body. Your legs get you everywhere you need to be or not, right? Your
Mhm.
arms are how you do things out in the world. You know, your back is where your spine is, and everything in your body is connected to that. You have acute chest you have acute chest syndrome where your heart is there, both your lungs are there. And that is why sickle cell is such an important disease. They may hear us talk about the pain, but it's the science behind the pain that makes it so important. If I say my legs hurt, my legs are not getting the proper amount of oxygen that they need. And that is a problem. And you think, well, if your legs not getting the oxygen, then what about your lungs? And what about your this? And what about your that? That's why it's so important for them to get us in there quickly. In Savannah, we don't have a sickle cell center. I've counted at least 4 cancer centers. And
Mhm.
you'll hear sickle cell patients bring up cancer. It's not that we don't like cancer patients, it's that we want at least the appearance of equality, right? At least try to make
True.
us feel like you trying to make things equal. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, So I think about it like that. And that's a part of strengthening us too, is the proper medical care, right? People come to Savannah, they have sickle cell, and what do they have to do? They have to leave Savannah
Mhm.
and they have to go to other cities and they have to get proper care. Well, if you're watching this and you're in Valdosta or you're in rural Texas or you're in Compton or wherever, because we're going to put this on Facebook, we're going to put it out to the world, or even you're in London and you have sickle cell, you may not see anybody that looks like you.
True.
So you go into the hospital and you're an anomaly, you're 1 to 1. Or you go in the hospital and it's another sickle cell patient in there showing their complete ass. And you like, well,
Mhm.
it's the wrong day for me to be here. See, one thing should never affect the other. If one lady with breast cancer is acting up, that doesn't affect the care of the next woman that has breast cancer next to her.
Mhm.
But in sickle cell, I'm very aware that how I behave. See, when you go in Brittany's room, you're going to reflect me to Brittany.
Mhm.
And then when they go in Loretta's room, they're going to reflect Loretta to Brittany. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we got to think about so much while we're in pain. But can we just think about feeling better?
Hello.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a job when you in. Well, how do you feel? And on a scale of 1 to 10, and how do you feel now? Well, the medicine's been in for 30 minutes. Well, how do you feel now? And it's like,
Mhm.
The
I
same. I feel the
I feel
same.
the same as when
Because
I
they
got
don't
here.
listen. It's no listening
Mm-mm.
to understand what we need. We know our body better than you know your body. You know what I'm
That's
saying? The
true.
Mhm.
doctors know us. So if we telling you we need such and such and such, that's the care you should be able to provide for us. Not,
Mhm.
oh well, I'm gonna start you here because this is what I've been trained on. This is what you know. No, we telling you what affects our body and how it's going to affect our body, and you should abide by what we are saying to you. Have enough respect to be able to give us what we want. We are not all pain seekers. We are not
Mhm.
all coming in there just because we want drugs. And that's
Mhm.
True.
not the purpose of me being here. My purpose of being here is for you to help me get over this hump that I'm in, that I'm trying to
Yes,
get over.
ma'am. So I get back to
Mhm.
my regular life
Exactly.
Yes.
because I this the last place I want to be.
Hello, who wants to go in the hospital?
Mhm.
And I've been in that
No.
waiting room for the past 4 hours.
Just waiting.
And it's
And then you
been
go in
what?
the back and wait for another hour and a half.
Come on now.
Mhm. And
And then
you
go
also
ahead,
shouldn't have
Britt.
to be quiet.
Right,
Like I've seen, like you just have to be quiet and not ask for a lot of things, and
right,
then they'll come and see about you.
right.
I shouldn't have to be a certain way just to get you to help me.
Exactly.
You should know what I came in for. You know I have sickle cell. It should be a protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we get that?
No matter how many times I've been there that week or that month.
Yes, yes. And I
This is
shouldn't
what
have
I
to be
hear.
made when I
Yes.
do go in there and then I leave. And then if I need help again, I shouldn't be like, well, I need to wait a couple of days.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
shouldn't feel that way.
Hmm.
Then you got to call people in your inner circle and have them talk you up.
Yep. You have
Mhm.
to have an advocate. Can never go in there by yourself. You
Mhm.
have to have somebody to speak with you or for you.
My mom is
Mhm.
my pit bull. I don't need
Mhm.
her to talk. I just need her to sit in that chair and look at me.
Hello.
Mhm.
That's all I
Mhm.
need her to do. You in there by yourself? No, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
And if we get it like this, how you think the men get it?
Ooh,
Mm.
way worse probably.
Probably.
Way worse probably. But it all goes back to your community as well, you know. Like you said, cancer patients, they have a community.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
God.
We need to come together in our community. We need to have all our sickle cell patients, all us who have trait, whether it's the disease, caregivers, everybody needs to come, and we need to have our own village, our own community. So when they'll know. We stand
Mhm.
strong just like cancer patients, just like diabetics, just like people with heart disease. We stand strong also. We shouldn't be hiding. We shouldn't have to hide in the wings or
Mhm.
feel embarrassed because we have sickle cell.
Mhm.
So strengthening one another means unity. Or as
Exactly.
Queen
Exactly.
Latifah would say, UNITY, right?
Right?
Right.
That's what we need. So we came to strengthen one another, which means that we came to be a community. And Loretta hit on the point that we're gonna make. So we're just gonna go on and get to it now since you brought us there, Loretta. You talked about us having individual walks.
Right.
Even in a city like Savannah, there are 4 or 5 different walks for sickle cell. Tell why you feel like that's problematic or what you feel like we could do instead.
Yeah, it's a problem that we all are separate. It's okay to have your own separate organizations. But when it's time for sickle cell month, September, our World Sickle Cell Day, we need to come together, pull all our research together and have one big, sickle cell walk or one big prayer in the park for sickle cell warriors, or release the balloons for all warriors who lost their lives through this disease.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh, I like that.
separate. It says
Prayer in the
separate.
park.
Mhm.
Come
And
together. We
when
need to
we
come
do
together.
have it, we need to show up. How about
Right.
that?
True. True.
Exactly.
We need to show up.
And how
We.
about we got a HBCU in this city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
We
have to
got three
applaud.
medical colleges in this city.
I have to
Mhm.
applaud Savannah State now. They do stand with sickle cell,
They do.
especially with the Sickle Cell Association. They do stand with us. They do
Mhm.
come out and volunteer. They do go out there on the campus and they do blood checks to see who have the trade or who may have a disease. They trying to give them that information. So,
Mhm.
you can know how to live your life if you have the trait. Knowing that being with somebody else with the trait, the possibility that your child might have sickle cell. You know,
Mhm.
knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the key. We can get rid of this disease that everybody is aware of where they stand.
Mhm.
You know,
Know your status,
know
just
your
like people
status.
used to say about HIV.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm. I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
Knowledge is the key. I love that, Loretta.
Mm-hmm.
So a part of strengthening us is unity. You know,
Hmm.
I love the prayer in the park idea. Cause let me tell you something. Like I tell my family when I be cutting off the fans and stuff, and they get to hemming and hawing, ain't nobody in that hospital bed but me, screaming
Right.
for Jesus and or my mama. Period.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
You better be like
Mm-hmm.
boots on the ground. Where them fans at? And
Hey.
where them fans that get to fanning yourself. Cause only
Hello.
one of us gonna be in the hospital when they get too cold.
Hmm.
Yep.
And I don't really see none of y'all when it goes down and it's $1 billion on the elevator. It be
Mm-hmm.
who? You, your mama, Brittany, what? Your husband, Loretta, your
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Hmm.
But them relatives that was so hot or so cold and had to have the heat or whatever, they not there.
No.
No.
So we need unity within our own families.
Hello. We sure
Mm-hmm.
do. We sure do.
Unity and understanding.
Come on
Because a
now.
lot of times with families, like well, you don't support, you don't come out. Well, I have to pick and choose sometimes.
Right.
Come on now.
And I need you to understand that. It is
Exactly.
not that I don't support you. It's not that I don't love you. But
Hmm.
you can't lay in that hospital bed.
Hmm.
You can't go there for me. So yeah. I need your unity, I need unity with you, and I need understanding from you.
Definitely understanding.
Mm.
Oh, not escape. How can we communicate if you don't hear what I say?
True. Mm-hmm.
If you don't hear what I say. Okay. So unity starts at home is where we at.
Yeah, it does.
Um, so World Sickle Cell Day, we preaching to the masses. We might need to preach a little closer to where we live.
A little closer to home, huh?
A
Mm-hmm.
little closer to home. Um, and another thing with family, with doctors, and with people fighting sickle cell. I was talking to both you ladies about this. Sickle cell is a lifelong illness.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very close friend. Actually, she's my oldest and dearest friends. Her mom and my mom are best friends from when they were 3 years old.
Mm.
So she was born, I think, when I was about 3 years old. And she
Oh,
has
wow.
2 kids. She's married. I was in her wedding. And
Oh,
she
so
got breast
beautiful.
cancer. 30s.
Mm.
2 kids beneath the age of 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She got breast cancer and she's an amazing person. She called me out of the blue asking me about my port. She couldn't come right out and say it. She was kind of trying to land that thing. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, why are you asking me questions about my port? And she said, because I have one. Hey, why do you have a port? Because I have breast cancer. Try to be
Mm-hmm.
positive. When I tell you, her husband threw a brunch for her. When I tell you it was no less than 20 women in that house. And this speaks to her character and what an amazing person and friend she is. But bringing it back to sickle cell and us, when's the last time you had 5 non-blood relatives in your hospital room at the same time and they wasn't working at the hospital?
Mm.
By Neverwhere,
Um,
by Neverwhere,
mm-hmm.
somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Um,
as an adult, I could say no. But when I was younger, as a child,
Yeah.
yes,
oh yes,
yes,
God.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes,
as in the
God.
adult stages of my life, no, ma'am.
No.
And I thought this speaks to her character, but now as I sit here with y'all, I see it a little different.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, damn, when sickle cell is lifelong, you kind of maybe you wear your people down.
You wear them down, yeah.
Maybe they get a little desensitized.
Hmm.
Maybe it's not that again.
Yeah.
I have heard very hurtful things from my family. Oh, you go to the hospital all the time. You must like it.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
see, I've been taking out my earrings, honey.
When I tell you that shit cut, like I'm talking about a auntie, not
No.
some little kid that don't know nothing.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. That
And
goes
it's
right back
like,
to having understanding.
The
how
understanding.
That
ignorant do
understanding.
you have to be? Not even ignorant, how ignorant. And you know what? Now life has circled back around, and those same people are getting a little older.
Right.
And they're starting to complain about the aches and pains that come with age.
Right.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure I ain't read it, but somewhere in the Bible it say don't delight in other people's downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and again, the spirit of comes upon me. It comes upon me, and I'm thinking, and I
Mm-hmm.
said to my aunt, I say, "Oh, so pain is hard, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It don't feel good, does it?
Mm.
It changes everything about you. It changes everything about your mood. It changes how you dress, what you do, what you don't do, where you go, where you don't go, how you act, what you say, your mood, whether
Mm-hmm.
you feel like doing your hair or not, so on and so forth.
We can't.
Uh-huh.
We can't. Our arms hurt. We can't even lift our arms up to do our hair.
Come
You
on now.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
do. We can't.
And
We can't. Our legs hurt. We can barely put our pants on sometimes.
but like I
Won't
was
even
thinking
try.
about with my friend, 9 months worth of chemo is hell.
Mm-hmm.
A double mastectomy, that's hell.
Mm-hmm.
10 months of hell, 30 some years worth of healthy is a fair fucking trade to me. I'm
Right.
sorry for my language. But an even swipe ain't never been no swindle. Sickness ain't easy. Breast cancer ain't easy. I'm throwing my hand up. I'm not judging. But for a lifelong person with a chronic illness, it hit different.
It is different.
It hit different. And I prayed for my friend and I lifted her up and she's cancer free and I'm so happy for her. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, wow, what must that feel like?
A year.
Mm-hmm.
A year of
What
discomfort.
must that feel
41
like?
years of discomfort. 1 year, please, Alex. For 100, I'll take 1 year, please.
And we saying chemo ain't no picnic.
Right.
This ain't no easy thing she went through.
Exactly.
She got
Mm-mm.
2 young kids, like, and a husband. That scares people, that C word. But that SCD though,
Mm.
that
It's a
thing is
difference.
that thing is
Yeah.
also it hit different.
And we not belittling that the
No,
cancer or what
ma'am.
cancer patients go through.
No, or any
No.
illness.
Exactly. But we live this is our life. It's a difference. And it's your
Mm-hmm.
life, than to go through something a year or two. But to be from birth,
Mm-hmm.
from the cradle to the grave.
Cradle to grave, ma'am.
We
It's
really just
But
want
but
that
there's a
thing.
cure, Loretta. And I saw on the news that some person in Detroit or Minnesota or somewhere got a cure. Why don't you just get one of those, Loretta or Brittany?
it's that easy. Sign me up.
Do do we qualify? Let's
All
I
ask
right.
that.
saw it on the news.
But do we qualify?
What you mean, do you qualify? It was on the
That.
news. And the girl
Hmm.
has sickle cell and
That
now she don't.
Hmm.
and what does she have to do to qualify for it? It's so much red. Yeah, it's so many cures. It's so much this, so much that, but it's so much red tape to even qualify for you
Mhm.
even to look at me. So I don't even look at them. If it's a
Right.
And I
cure,
can't
okay,
bring
cool.
myself to Google it or anything.
I
And my
don't even
insurance gonna
oh
cover
my
it?
God.
Is the
Really?
insurance, do your insurance cover it? I mean,
Mm,
what's the
No.
age limit?
mm. Honestly, I don't I don't look at them like that because my
Mhm.
thing is this: with everything that's going on, It may be a cure, okay, but after you don't cure me from sickle cell, uh, what's the side effects?
Right.
It's too much going on for me. I don't trust it.
Not
I
even that
honestly
side
don't trust
effects,
it.
but what about the damage that already occurred in our bodies
In
from
your
having?
body. Now, see, that's my
Yes,
question.
How does that
yes.
affect that?
Mm-hmm.
Does the pain stop?
Hmm.
Does the pain stop?
Well, maybe one of the talks we need to have is with somebody who has already had that.
Right.
We know somebody.
We do?
Justin.
Oh yeah.
Justin was so young, he might barely remember having it.
Right.
I was talking to my
Right.
mama about him today, and I
Mm,
was asking her, you think he has survivor's remorse?
mm,
Right. You think he would? I would.
Yeah, but his mama runs the Sickle Cell Association. He hears about it all the time. He's around it all the time. I wonder if he has a little survivor's remorse.
Well, that if you're
Because
saying it that way, I can see what you're saying. But
mm-hmm.
it ain't like, woohoo, never hear about it again.
right.
Mm,
You know, he's probably the person that wants to talk about it the least, but when he shares, he's the most impactful.
Right. We need to get him on here.
Yeah, Justin don't do camera time, but we saw him share at the sickle cell banquet and he was really impactful.
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
And by the way, Justin is our editor. He's the
Mm-hmm.
person, him and Shawnee Rawls, they're going to take this and they're going to make it look all beautiful for us. And by the time y'all get it and it drops on World Sickle Cell Day, June 19th, they're going to have put together a beautiful, wonderful package and some
Mm-hmm.
shorts. So we talked about independence from sickle cell. Are there times where you feel like you're independent from it? Because I know it's always on my mind in one way or another. It always kind of, even on a good day, it's like, let me not push it too hard because I don't
I
want to
want
be
to
sick
continue more good
later.
days.
Or, yeah, you remember where you was little and when you wasn't in the hospital, you ain't think about it?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a thought.
Mm-mm.
Didn't know what I was going through. I just thought I was in
That part.
pain.
It came in and went, and that thing was gone.
And out playing back in the park and running up and down the street,
Mm-hmm.
and doing everything we supposed to do as kids. At least I did as a child.
That
Till it hit
resilience.
back.
Till it hit
I
back.
missed those 3 days. I missed those 3 days in the hospital.
What
Couple of
you
rounds
say?
and get out, and I'm
Hello.
good to go. It don't happen like that no more.
No,
It's
You better
ma'am.
over.
come on, playroom.
Mm-hmm.
You better remember the Miss Ann and Miss Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all too young for them, or y'all remember?
I think I
That
remember them,
now see, I
but they
had
were.
Miss Spalding.
I think they were
Oh, that
going
was
out.
Nurse Spalding
Mm-hmm. Nurse Spalding. Yes, ma'am.
and Nurse Tanksley. They fought for us. They had our backs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, you from the Nurse Chandra era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were gone, but I've heard
Yeah.
of them. Mm-hmm.
By the way, we're in our 30s and 40s. Is nighttime and we all tired. That's how it goes at this point. We're trying to hold it together for y'all, but we still lit. We still keeping it going. I
Still
saw
Mm-hmm.
moving
something. I
and
saw
grooving.
something on Stephen Colbert. It was comments. But first, let's finish the question of independence. You ever feel any independence from it?
Mm,
I have my moments.
yeah.
Good days and bad days, or
Mm-hmm.
good moments and bad moments.
Mm-hmm. I have
Mm-hmm.
good days, bad days.
Moments where the pain is controlled more. Is that better?
Mm,
Well,
I don't know about that.
yeah, right.
I don't know about that.
Look, well.
Well, I put it like this: that I have my moments where I can pretend everything is okay, and then I have moments where I cannot.
Hello, you better say
And
it. That's
as
a great
I'm
way to say it.
and as I'm getting older, those pretending moments, they far in between.
Hello.
It's gotten
But
to the point to where some people see me that have known me for years, and they're like, "You hurting? No, you're lying.
You're lying,
I
right?
see it.
Mhm.
Then why you walking like that?"
Mhm.
I be like, "Mind your business.
mind your
You
business.
can't
Like
play."
my
Mind
whole
your
tone
business.
changed when
Yeah.
I'm in pain. Like
Mhm.
my voice is deeper or something. Like
What about the bitch that comes out when you don't feel good?
Oh.
I have apologized to people for years for what I have said to them in the hospital.
Mhm.
When you don't feel good, leave me alone. Get out
mm.
of my room. Close my door.
Ooh, girl, you sound like me. And my girls be like, mom in the mood. Mom in the mood. Who done made you mad? Who done pissed you off? Nobody.
Right.
I'm just not, you know what I'm saying? I don't tell y'all the little minor things. My
And then
little
you
Mhm.
take
sister.
it out on the people closest to you.
Right.
Now they
Mhm.
in they bag, and you wondering why you don't understand what I'm going through, and they wondering why you think you can just treat me like this. Now they got a
Mhm.
resentment. Now you mad because they mad, and you don't have nothing to be mad about because
Ain't
you ain't
nothing.
going through it, and you ain't.
Mhm.
Now it's a thing,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. It's a
and that
vicious
goes back
cycle.
to that community. You cussed your community out.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
I have thrown my grandmother out of my room, my daddy, my mama, doctors, nurses. To this day, my mama's like, "You treat doctors bad." I'm like, "No, I'm in they behinds because they not gonna kill
Right.
me."
Hello.
Mhm.
Let's be clear.
My
I
mom
don't
used to
care
say the same thing. Why you being
what
so mean?
face, I don't care what face they put on for you when you get here, and I don't care what story they tell you when you get here. I've been here all night long.
Hello.
Ain't no
Mhm.
parts of that side of that nurse have I seen.
Mhm.
So that game she done put on you, that don't move nothing on this side.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That don't move nothing on this side. And it's that same energy when she come in.
Mhm. I used to tell my mom all the time. I'm like, "Mom, you ain't got to stay with me. I'm good. I'm good for the night. I'm good."
Yeah,
I got
But
this.
I know it's a difference.
it is.
It's a difference when
Yes,
when
ma'am.
someone is there with you
Yes,
and when
ma'am.
someone's not. 'Cause they treat you all kind of ways because you're by yourself.
Right.
You better say it.
You
But
know
then
what?
when mom show up, oh, now you're nice. You miss nice nurse, miss nice doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the truth. Don't be lying. Cause I don't like liars. I will tell you. He
Be
lying.
yourself, who you is.
Mm-hmm. He lying. I tell her quit. No, that ain't the truth. That ain't what he said. This what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You know
that
what?
nurse is
We have
stressed.
for our safety while we in there, because I had experience when I was in the hospital and I was in there by myself. It was nighttime. Another patient whose room was across from mine would come and stand in my door, like literally stand in my door and watch me. And I would tell my nurse, this person keep coming in here standing in my door watching me. You didn't do anything. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The next day I told my dad, and my dad was like, "Oh no, somebody gonna be spending the night here." So they
Mm-hmm.
took turns spending the night until that person was released because the hospital didn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing at all. And who knows, you could have came there and suffocate me in my sleep or something. Every time I wake up, because you be in and out. You be in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in my door. You standing in my door. It was very scary. And I was very disappointed in the hospital staff. And we let them know that. My parents let them know that. My kids is ready to fight these nurses. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And
not only
the
right,
first thing they're gonna say is, we didn't know anything about it.
right.
She didn't say anything.
Oh,
You know.
not only that I said something, my parents said something.
Mm-hmm.
It was I've never experienced anything like that. Never.
Mm-hmm.
In a moment of clarity, I get on that text message, I get on that phone with somebody, and I say what it is. Okay, then
Mhm.
why I called so and so at 3 in the morning and said this? How about you call
Mhm.
him? Cause see that
Mhm.
loved one, they gonna see that face them nurses put on and them doctors
Mhm.
put on. That's not the person that's been there with you all day or
Right.
all night.
Mhm.
And then you have those nurses that are just fantastic.
Oh gosh,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
And you know when you get them on their last night
I know, right?
Mhm.
and they ain't coming back
They're
for
not
4
coming
more
back.
nights,
Mhm.
Now, and
they
that's the
just
truth. That's the truth.
that they angels.
Mhm.
Oh, I never looked at it that way.
They are angels. They're there for a short amount of time. They like restore your faith, keep you up and going, and
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
let you know that there's hope. God's like, I'm watching over you.
I got your back. I'm here with you.
Yeah, you've
Mhm.
seen some of the worst of people. Now I'm about to send somebody. I'm already watching over you. You need to know that in general. Now I'm about to send
Mhm.
you a physical sign.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like Moses used to walk and talk with God, right?
Mhm.
Moses did something God told him not to do. So God was like, well, from now on, oh, Moses, I'm going to send an angel to be with you. For Moses, that's a downgrade. He's like, oh, that's what we're not doing. Oh, that's what we're not doing. I'm going to get this together. That's what it feels like
Right.
when you
Mhm.
have a nurse that's there with you watching them. They've been in and out of your room. I talked to your doctor and so them old nurses, they know what it is. Okay, I look back in your notes and you still got one order of pain meds from the ER that ain't DC. I'm gonna bring that to you.
Right.
Mhm.
You got them old dogs that know the system,
Mhm.
Mhm.
so he'll send you people that'll help you.
Mhm. Not the ones
Mhm.
where, oh, it's not time for your pain medicine. You got 2 more minutes.
Minute.
Come
They
on
make
now.
you wait them 2 minutes to get it.
And we'll stand
Mhm.
in your room on the computer and make
Hello.
you wait.
And then try to look at, oh, watch what you watching on TV and want to comment off the television show. Hello, can I get my medicine, please?
Mhm.
I don't know what
Mhm.
that's about.
Me either.
I
Just,
don't
just,
know.
just take care. Do your job. Take care of me. Like you're supposed
Mhm.
to be doing.
I remember I had avascular necrosis and I would be crying like I need my medicine now. You only have 5 more minutes.
Mm.
Girl, and that's what
And
I'm going through now with this hip.
Loretta, that was the worst pain of my life. If
That
God does anything else to me, not that and not my heart, those are my prayers. I
right,
promise you. That was the worst
Mhm.
pain I've ever been through.
girl. When I tell you I was crying last night, baby, my hip was hurting me so bad. I said, "Oh no," and that's my
Mm-mm.
thing. Don't mess with my legs, please.
Mhm.
Please, that's how I make my money. I need my legs so I can go to
Mhm.
work. I can get by with my arm hurting. Your arms hurt. You can get by a little bit with that, but my
Mhm.
legs, I can't do it.
You
Mhm.
know, at a point in my life, I think I was about 17 and I started to experience pain every day and I had never experienced that. And I was in the ER one day, and the doctor, to his credit, kept me in there all day long because I was no longer in peds, but I didn't have an adult doctor, and I was in that drop.
Mhm.
At the end of his shift, he said, how do you feel? You feel better? I said, a little bit. He said, I've given you a lot of medicine today, more than most doctors should. He said, I'm not going to be able to take your pain away, but I'm just trying to make you comfortable.
Mhm.
I had never heard that. I boohoo cried. And for years after that, I had a hard time dealing with being in pain every day. And I said one day, I said, this is it. I was 19. I said, this is it. So I got my pain medicine, my little morphine pills, and I got some water, and that was about to be it. And I
Mm.
stopped and I said, wait a minute. I'm my mama's only child. And if I did this, this will hurt her a lot. because I'm all that she has. And that's what made me not do it. To the warrior that is in pain all day, every day. To the warrior who feels like nobody else understands what you are going through. To the warrior who is like me and only had healthy cousins to compare themselves to. They go to the doctor twice a year.
Mhm.
I ain't been to school in almost a month.
Mm.
To the warrior who feels like it ain't never gonna get any better. That this is it. This my moment, this my time. I decide how I go. I check myself out. I refer you to something that my grandfather told me when I was younger. God is the only giver of life, and He is the only one who decides when that life can be taken away. You've heard
Mhm.
us talk about pain. You've heard us talk about being in the hospital. Hear us offer you some hope as three warriors who have been there and done that. We've
Mhm.
had multiple surgeries. I'm single. I live with my mom. Brittany's married. Loretta's a mom. We come from three different perspectives of the same illness. Let us offer you some hope. God is with you.
Yes,
Mhm.
He loves you. He cares about you and he will help you.
We love you.
that's right.
Come on, Brittany, say that again.
We love you.
We love you and you are not alone. There is hope for you. Those doctors may look at you a certain way. There are other doctors. They're not all bad.
Mm-mm.
They don't all, as I say, put the oopid and stupid.
Mhm.
All nurses aren't bad. My doctor ain't the right doctor for Brittany. But
Mhm.
that don't mean there's something wrong with Brittany. That means that the relationship between Brittany and that doctor isn't good. And Brittany got to go find the doctor that's right for Brittany.
Mhm.
Loretta's doctor ain't my doctor. He don't like me. He think I'm this or that. That ain't the doctor for me. Let me press
Mhm.
my way down here.
Mhm.
I'm not saying the doctor is your savior, but he ain't the be all end all either.
That's right.
Mm.
And there's somebody up there named Jesus, and he always listening.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And we've been through hell and back, but we back though.
Mhm.
And we still here and we still standing. And we thank God for everything. We give him all the
That's right.
glory
All the glory.
Mhm.
in moments where it's hard, in moments where it's like, are you listening to me?
Mhm.
You just gonna let me lay here like this and all this pain in this waiting room or this or that. But guess what, Brittany and Loretta? Yo, those moments are behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That stuff is all in our rear view. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I was looking at Stephen Colbert, and he said that he's learned to love the thing. He said, I learned to love the thing that I most wish had not happened.
Mm.
We don't love our sickle cell, but this is the thing that we wish the most had not happened. And I'm going to tell you, you looking at three strong women that it'll take hell, high water, and everything else to destroy us.
That's right.
Mhm.
I told somebody, well, you didn't come to the hospital to see me. They say, well, Tasha, you may be down, but you never out. I say, you don't know that.
Mhm.
You don't know when it's going to be my last time. And then I said, the devil is a liar. That person is right. I'm never out. You're
That's right.
never out. When I went through this hip stuff, my hip hurt so bad. I was laying in my own feces and was like, don't touch me.
Mm.
That is hopeless. And that's a person that don't have good pain control in the midst of their worst hour.
Mhm.
What I'm going through now, with them not having the pain medicine that I take, enable me to wear pain patches and enable me to have more sustained pain control. I wouldn't do my teens and 20s over or 30s if you paid me. If you said, Tasha, you'll be a billionaire, you never have to worry about money again. Just do ages 17 to 32 over. Nope, you kiss my hiney, I will not.
Mm.
It
Mhm.
was the worst time in my life. I won't do it over again. But at this point, is nothing you could do to destroy me. God got me. I done been there and back.
Mhm.
What did y'all learn when you got back?
I'm yet holding on.
Yes, ma'am. What did you learn when you got back, Loretta?
You
If
know
you
what I
got
learned? I had to learn patience for
Mhm.
myself, for me. I had to tell myself, you know what? Just because I want it to happen fast, it's not gonna happen fast.
come
Because
on.
I want to get through this crisis fast. It happens when it wants to stop. I can't make it
Mhm.
stop. So I had to learn to be patient. I had to learn to sit in my pain, but yet still be comfortable.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it grew. I've grown. So now as an adult, as an older adult, when I go through crisis, I take it a little easier.
Mhm.
I do a little better with it because
You
what
get
I
to
had.
the hospital a little earlier, it ain't out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So we learn some lessons learned, right?
Lessons. You have to
Mhm.
learn some lessons.
Let me deal with these idiots down at the hospital at a 6 before I get to a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What'd you learn, Brittany?
I learned that it's just a day, and that's how I look at it. It's just today.
It's just a day.
It's just today. Today,
Mm.
I don't feel my best. Today, I am hurting. Today, I am a 9. Tomorrow, I may
Tomorrow.
I may be a 8, a 7, a 6, but I gotta get to tomorrow. And if I stay in the position that I am, I ain't gonna make it.
Come on,
So I
Britt.
have to keep that in my mind that it's just today. Tomorrow may be better. Tomorrow may be the
Brittany.
best day I have.
Come on.
But let me get there.
Ooh, tomorrow is coming.
Mhm.
Tomorrow will come.
Mhm.
Well, I hate to keep being the cusser of the group. Actually, I don't hate that. Um, since we making all this progress, I remind myself of this DMX song, which is I was gonna say the Clark sisters. Um, it's called "Slipping,"
Oh yeah.
and he says, "I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up.
Mhm.
Hey yo, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. I'm
Mhm.
slipping, I'm falling. I gotta get up, get me back on my feet so I could tear shit up." And I, I be thinking about
Mhm.
that. I be thinking about that song. Like you gotta get in that mind frame. I can't get up,
Mhm.
or I gotta get up, get me back
Mm-hmm.
on my feet so I
Mhm.
could tear it up.
Mhm.
Because I may not have been to school for 2 weeks, but when I get out of here, I'm going.
Okay.
Mhm.
I may have missed work, but I'm going when I get out of here. Get me back on my feet so I could tear it up.
Mm.
Mhm.
And I keep going back to Stephen Colbert because you watch them YouTube shorts and you just be laughing, and some of them are stupid. But he
Mhm.
said, like what I just told you, I've learned to love the thing I most wish had not happened. And he said, what punishments of God are not gifts?
Hmm.
Mm.
I see people that bend and fold to or for all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
And we never know what people go through or whatever, but we're not those people.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, there's strength is our gift.
Mhm.
Persistence is our gift. Encouraging warriors like we doing right now. We are not those girls who go into the hospital once every 8 years. If that's you, God bless you. I want to be you one day. I'm Mariah Carey with you. And then a hero comes
Hmm.
along.
Hmm.
Like I'm with you. I'm trying to be that. But we are
Mhm.
not those girls, okay?
Mhm.
We're not those
Mhm.
girls. So when we look at warriors or when we sit on panels and say it gets better, we're telling you because we lived it.
Mhm.
That don't mean we don't have dark days, but it means we can see the light. Whereas before, maybe I know I couldn't. And
Mhm.
he said, it's a gift to exist, and existence comes with suffering. There's no escaping that. You have to be grateful for all of it. You can't pick and choose what to be grateful for.
Mm.
And with all that being said, ladies, we are grateful for our lives.
Yes,
Out of
we
the
are.
friends
Mhm.
I grew up with sickle cell, I am the only one that is alive.
Mm.
I had a little survivor's remorse, but I thank him for it all because, as he said, it's a gift to exist. And with the existence comes suffering. There's no escaping that. There's no escaping that. You have to be grateful for all of it. You can't pick and choose what to be grateful for.
Hmm.
Marvin Sapp had a song before he was locking people down at the church for money. He
Oh, don't do him now.
he
Wait a
and
minute.
I mean,
Wait
you
a
know, if
minute.
you'd have been in there in the crisis, you'd have cussed that pastor out. Don't play, Loretta. Don't play. Don't play with the locked doors. Mr. Clark went to jail for that.
Mhm.
Okay? Okay. You can't pick and choose what to be grateful for.
Mhm.
We in the trenches. We
Mhm.
started out by saying it. We gonna end by saying it. But we in the trenches,
Mhm.
so you don't have to be.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And we in the trenches, because one day we not gonna have to be.
Mhm.
Amen.
We not gonna keep living in the trenches and see the next generation just skate off. That ain't God's destiny for us. I don't want
Mhm.
nobody standing over my casket talking about at least she not in pain no more.
Oh, please. You
Mm.
better say it.
Mm.
Let me say it again.
Say it
I don't
out
want
loud one more
nobody. I
time. One
don't
more
want
time.
nobody. Look at my finger. No, give them that black woman. No, ma'am.
Mm.
Nobody standing over my casket talking about at least she wasn't in
Hmm.
pain no more.
Mhm.
My grandmama was saying something about the way I walk, and I made the mistake of telling my mom, and of course she got mad and fussed at her mama. And she said, I told her that you were dealt a set of cards and you playing the cards you dealt.
Mhm.
And what you don't need is people judging.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I like her nerves saying that because she be judging. But what you don't need is people judging. And you can't pick and choose what to be grateful for. And in spite of everything or because of everything, we made it.
That's right.
Mhm.
We making
And
it
we are
Mhm.
making it
every day.
happy every day. We keep
Mhm.
going. We keep getting up. We keep living. He keeps giving us grace. He keeps giving us new life, new mercy. And I thank him for it all. I thank him for Loretta Thomas. I thank him for Brittany Malcolm. I thank him for Angela Shepherd and the Sickle Cell Association of Savannah
Yes.
that has our
Mhm.
back. I marvel at the fact that Angela's son is cured and has been
Mhm.
for about 20 years, and she still goes so hard for people with this illness.
Mhm.
So I thank God for you two ladies. Happy World Sickle Cell Day. We made
Woo,
it. We
woo, woo.
did it. This thing gonna drop by the time y'all see it. It'll
Mhm.
be June 19th. I need y'all to drop down in the comments, holler at your girls, tell us how you felt about this podcast. I mean, you
Mhm.
could hate, but it really won't help you because if sickle cell don't destroy us, your hurt won't do nothing. Your hate won't do
Mhm.
nothing. But
Mhm.
whatever.
Let
Like
us
we
know
say,
anything you want to hear us talk about. If you have
Yeah.
any
possible
topics,
topics.
any
Mhm.
questions,
Yes.
any
Same
concerns,
topic.
let us know.
And we leave you with that. Y'all go on in glory and grace. I love you two ladies. And y'all did it.
Love
We
you
did
too.
it. We lit for sickle cell. We
We lit,
finally
we
did it.
lit, we lit,
We
we lit,
got
we
it.
lit,
All
we
right.
lit.
Yeah.